What's up, everybody, man? I was under the weather last night. I mean, when I say under the weather, I literally went to sleep at 7 o'clock or so, and I woke up at 10. I had a pulsating headache, nauseous, all kinds of uncomfortable feelings, and I knew I wouldn't be able to do a. I knew I wouldn't be able to do a recap at 12:30 at night. I did watch the game though, in my bed on my cell phone in the dark. It was a rough night, I gotta say, and I gotta tell you. The Indiana Fever played terribly and yet only lost 90 to 88. So if you want to look at a positive spin of the game yesterday, they lost the game 90 to 88 where they just played like absolute crap in my opinion. But we're going to talk about this whole game and everything that we saw from how Caitlin Clark played to Aaliyah Boston, the fouls they called on her, to the uselessness of certain players on this team, Kelsey Mitchell and what she did or didn't do, mistakes in the fourth quarter, lineup confusion, the outstanding performance by Raven Johnson, who was inexplicably taken out of the game with 5 minutes to go. But let's jump on into this thing. But before we do, hit the intro. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another edition of Indiana Fever Unfiltered, powered by Come On Now, the podcast. I'm your host, Rudy Rodriguez. Show hit that like, hype buttons, subscribe to the channels, and ring the bell. Leave your comments, man. I appreciate it so very, very much. Unfortunately, I didn't get to do it live last night. Didn't feel well, as I mentioned. I was really feeling bad. I do have a live tonight, 7:30, for the Mystics game. So be on board, man. I appreciate it. But listen, let's jump right into this thing. Caitlin Clark finishes with 16 points, 3 of 12 shooting, 8 of 8 from the line. She had 6 assists, 4 rebounds, 5 turnovers, and quite frankly, she didn't play well. She didn't shoot the ball well. She didn't attack the rim enough. I thought that this was a game where she should have been attacking the basket because they were calling it tight, in my opinion, especially early on. She drew a couple of fouls on 3-point shots, and then she finishes with 5 turnovers. Now, the 5 turnovers they're five, but 3 of them came in the fourth quarter, and 2 of them came in the final 2 minutes of the game, which obviously were devastating in a sense because they prevented them even getting shots off. And both came off double teams. She got absolutely crash doubled. The first one, she tried to pass the ball to Lexi Hall. The ball got tipped. Second one, she's caught in a double team right on the sideline, and she steps out of bounds. And so those are 2 big time turnovers, and they can't happen in those situations. She had a pass earlier in the fourth quarter. She tried to take it down the court. So I talk about the home run passes. You got to avoid those home run passes. You can't get them all the time, and that was a terrible, terrible decision by her. So those 3 turnovers in the fourth quarter were bad. I mean, there's no other way to put it, but that's not why they lost the game. I mean, they lost the game for a variety of reasons. Aaliyah Boston has no post up moves. Aaliyah Boston just tries to bully ball people down in the rim, around the rim. That's what's crazy. So she's not a tough girl, but she tried to just shove people around with her size. And because she has so little in terms of skill on the block, i.e., an up and under, a short baby hook, something like that, she just tries to just nudge her body in and throw the ball off of her shoulder. And she got called for 3 offensive fouls, 2 of them early on, and that took her out of the game. And I'll be real, I thought all the freaking offensive fouls were bullshit. I mean, I'm gonna be real with you. I thought they're flops. The Golden State has mastered the art of flopping. That third one that they overturned was a flop as well by Letitia Amahir. She flopped completely. It was ridiculous how much she flopped in that play. But there were a lot of flopping now. But at the same time, you have to adjust to what's going on and what's being called by the officials, and you actually have to have some skill, get better post position, so that you can just go straight up. She has no bounce, short little hook shot. She has no up and under game. She has the final two shots for a chance to tie the game, and go to overtime. And instead, in both situations, she misses layup I mean, both shots I thought were fairly easy opportunities, and she just has no skills, so she's unable to finish them. And that's who you know Stephanie White decided to go to in both situations. I know Caitlin Clark was open on the far side, but that ball would have never gotten there. She was open for a hot second, but the power of women passing the basketball, the ball would have never got there. Like, you can believe it would have got there, it would have never got there. It'd have been tipped away by Veronica Burton, and it would have never gotten to Caitlin Clark. And if it did, it would have been a very, very under duress shot, which would have made it very, very difficult. So I don't know that was the play. I think the play was the right play. I think the play going into Aaliyah Boston, it was the easiest. It was an open look. It was an easy look, and she just choked her ass off. Kelsey Mitchell, non-existent. 14 points, 5 of 13, 1 rebound, 3 assists, 1 turnover, but just very, very not there. She misses left-handed layups. I mean, but let's talk about how this game started. Indiana missed at least 5 open looks in the first 5-6 minutes, and all of them would have been assists by Caitlin Clark. All of them. There was a miss by Lexi Hull around the rim on an inbound pass where she shot an air ball. Kelsey Mitchell misses a layup. You got people missing layups. It was open looks. Lexi Hull misses a wide open 3-point shot on the Caitlin Clark pass. So there were wide open looks that they just couldn't capitalize, and that's when you see early on what's going to happen. Caitlin Clark finishes with 6 assists. Probably could have had 10 if players can make layups and easy open shots. Raven Johnson was absolutely fantastic in this game. She finished with 16 points, 21 minutes, 7 to 10. She had a couple threes, 2 or 3 from 3, 4 rebounds, 2 assists. I thought she was fantastic. She was aggressive. I loved how she played. And then for some reason, Stephanie White in the fourth quarter with 5 minutes to go took her out of the game. She put Caitlin Clark back in. I wouldn't have taken Caitlin Clark out. I would have taken Kelsey Mitchell out. I would have taken somebody else out. I'm gonna tell you right now, I don't like the four guard big lineup, 4 guard, 1 big lineup with this team. I don't like the Lexi Hall, Sophie Cunningham redundancy on the court together at the same time. I don't like it at all. It's a bad lineup. I don't like it. It's a bad lineup. It is an offensively deficient lineup. Lexi Hall's an offensively deficient player. Even Cunningham is not the greatest offensive player. She definitely can't create. And I'm gonna be real. I would have rather have seen them run out there. I mean, Aaliyah Boston got to be out there. Fine. That's fine. Monique Billings is useless. I think I told y'all that before the season started. No one listened to me. I told you she'd be a 7-6 player. That's what she is. She took 2 shots, at 4 points, 5 boards. She's useless. Hines Allen, 2 points. They dare her to shoot a jump shot. She won't shoot it from 15 feet. Timpson was good off the bench, 7 points. Cunningham did have 11, but again, the lineup that includes Hull and Cunningham at the same time, I hate that lineup. They are redundant as players, and they can't guard a bigger player. Neither of them can do it. They just get housed. I would have run out there with Raven Johnson. I would have run up Raven, Caitlin, Hull or Cunningham, either one. You can flip flop. I don't care which one. Probably Cunningham, but even then, Cunningham was 1 for 7 from 3. Like, if you can't make a 3, then what's your worth in this game? Between Hull and Cunningham, all their threes are open. Remember that. They don't take a covered shot. They go 2 for 10 combined from 3. I mean, that's just trash. And or maybe I would have gone with Timpson. Maybe I go Timpson, Aaliyah, Boston, Raven Johnson, Caitlin Clark, and Hull or Cunningham. And what I can tell you is this: I am not a fan of what I'm watching. I hate the offense they're running. They're running no offense. Caitlin Clark is off the ball half the game, or more than half the game. She's getting off these curls, off dribble, off handoffs from Aaliyah Boston. There's no screen set for her. She's never open, on any of these plays. They're not running pick and roll at all. So Aaliyah Boston is camped out at the 3-point line, which is just bad for her skills because she's not a 3-point shooter. I don't care if she makes one. Couldn't care less if she makes one. It doesn't matter. She needs to be around the basket. And they had a 7-point lead though, 67-60, and they just gave it away in a blink of an eye. Just completely fell apart. The substitution patterns where you're taking out 3 players at a time, 4 players at a time. Like, what is it? Again, rec ball. This is that rec ball mentality. This is the same bullshit that the Mystics coach Sydney Johnson's doing. He's taking out 3, 4 players at a time. You don't sub that way. Like, you have to stop subbing that way. This is not pulling your starters out 3.5 minutes into a basketball game is ridiculous. If they don't have the cardio to go 3.5 minutes, there's a problem. There's a serious, serious problem. I don't like it. It makes no sense. But Raven Johnson should have been in that game that final 5 minutes. And then they started pulling her out, putting her back in for defensive offense. Didn't like that either. Either just put her in or don't put her in. The defense offense shit when you're fouling is dumb. Like you're fouling. You put her in defensively. Uh, she should never come out the game. Some people might say maybe they should pull Caitlin out. If you feel that way, fine. I'm not even going to argue it. But again, I Raven Johnson should have been on that court, bluntly. Now, from the Golden State side, Veronica Burton had 25. She lived at the free throw line. Let me tell you something. Veronica Burton's a foul merchant. Veronica Burton, I feel like I'm watching Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. She flops all the time. She flops, 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 flops. She wasn't fouled half the time. She just falls on the ground. She falls on the ground, out of control, falling on the ground. She had 5 block shots. I mean, I know some of them were on Caitlin Clark. Um, so be it. Okay. But she's a flop. She's a flop merchant. She falls on the ground. She was falling on the ground from the beginning of the game. I mean, it's like nonstop falling on the ground. And they bought it. Gabby Williams had 19. She played well, 6 assists, 6 rebounds. And then you got 4 blocks out of Kia Stokes. And then you got 19 from Janelle Saloon hitting threes, 3 of 5 from 3. She was absolutely cooking people. Again, a matchup problem for this team because they are size deficient. And the thing is, Golden State's kind of size deficient too. But she did a good job. Now, the matchup we were all waiting for, we never saw because Tiffany Hayes was basically invisible. She took 0 shots. She played 5 minutes, was 0 of 0, and basically sat her ass on the bench. She had 3 fouls in 5 minutes. She was disastrous out there. And we never got to see the Caitlin Clark, Tiffany Hayes matchup that we were looking for. So this game was just a game without a storyline, and it was boring. It was a badly played game. I thought really both ways. I thought the Fever were terrible. Golden State plays hard defense. They play physical, but then they flop. They do a lot of flopping. Game was hard to watch. Hard to watch. Like you had between the 2 players that played well in the last game, Caitlin Chen and Tiffany Hayes, they combined for 2 points in this game. And then those differences. Gabby Williams played well. Veronica Burton played well. Fact remains is if Caitlin Clark does not go off, this team has a hard time winning basketball games. They're going to have a hard time winning games all year if Caitlin Clark doesn't go off because there is such an inconsistency in how their offense runs, and it's becoming a real problem. They're 4-3 now, 1-1 on the road. They got to play again on Sunday in Portland. I'm sorry, tomorrow in Portland. And but no, seriously, this is becoming a situation with this team where if Caitlin Clark does not go off, there is a problem. I'm so sick of watching Stephanie White's offenses go. I mean, there's no offense right now. They have nothing on offense. Their half-court offense is bad. So that's why I can understand why she likes to push the ball up the floor, and sometimes it turns up into turnovers because their all half-court offense is just bad, you know. But yeah, they took the L. We'll see what happens tomorrow against Portland. Portland is, you beat them by 17 last week. You're on the road now. We'll see what happens, but love to see I'd love to see some more, I don't know, opportunity for Caitlin Clark to be successful. I'd like to see her have the ball. I'd like to see them run pick and roll, but they don't do it. Anyhow, y'all, let me know y'all thoughts in the comments, man. Hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Yeah, this is Indiana Fever Unfiltered, powered by Come On Now, the podcast. Come on now.